guys, Silverlord here, back again with another review, and today we'll be taking a look at the McFarlane Toys Spawn Universe Target exclusive Gunslinger Spawn. Alright, finally got my hands on this guy, and that is because of my good buddy T-Biz. Shout out to T-Biz, again, because we give him a shout out in damn near every video nowadays. But he was nice enough to pick this up for me and let me have it for a retail price. So shout out to him. I will leave a link in the description below to his video review of this guy because it was the least I could do. I let him review this guy first. So again, special thanks to T-Biz for picking this guy up for me. Really means a lot because my Target just sucks with this line. They don't have anything. I don't know what's up with that. They had Goliath, they had Surtur, they had stuff that's like Spawn stuff, but not Spawn stuff. But for whatever reason, they still don't have any of the freaking Spawn stuff. Other than Mandarin Spawn, who's been out since, what, April? Quite a while now. So, yeah, again, not quite sure what's up with that, but we got Gunslinger, so can't complain. Also, once again, shout out to T-Biz for sending me a dope-ass trade box. I will be taking a look at some of the things from that trade box in the near-to-distant future, particularly the Battlefield Warriors 2-pack from Motu Origins. That'll probably be up sometime next week. So again, special thanks to T-Biz for that. I normally would do a video taking a look at all the stuff in there, but I haven't done that in a long time. I'm thinking about moving that to Instagram, like my live unboxings and whatnot. We'll see, because I do have a couple packages coming in the mail. That one of them's not a trade box, one of them is, so I'll have to wait and see how that goes. But getting into the meat and taters of this guy, this figure is freaking awesome, man. This might be my favorite figure in the Spawn Universe line, even though, again, that really isn't saying much, because my Target doesn't have much, and the only other one I've ever gotten was the Raven Spawn. Unless you want to count Mandarin Spawn 2, but he technically was a bit of a one-off exclusive type thing. But this guy is awesome. He's super freaking tall. He's like massive. Like to the top of his head, he's probably like 9 inches tall. But he does come with the standard Spawn stand. And he fell down. Marvel Select Venom strikes again. Oh no! Just Monesto 2 watches this video, he'll get that reference. But yeah, that's a cool looking figure, man. If you don't like this, something wrong with you. Or you just don't like the scale. Because again, these figures are freaking huge. But getting him to stand, he does stand relatively well. But it probably helped to use the stand. I will say his ankles seem to be kind of off kilter with the ratcheting. Just a tad. I don't know what's up with that, but he's got his 2 revolvers in his hands right now. I'll take those out. They're a little tricky to get in there, but he can hold them. There you go. They're both the same. Nice silver on there with a little, I think that's a skull on the handle. That's pretty cool. And they do fit into his holsters quite nicely. If you move his arm out of the way and don't try to go against physics here. They are pretty tight in there though, so be careful when you're trying to take them out. You don't want to wreck the holsters. I would say that's about as deep as they go. Oh, no, that's probably about as deep as they go. There you go. But they do fit in there. And he's got, of course, another one. Which I believe they're the exact same thing, so I'm not going to dilly-dally with that. We'll just slide that in. That one was a little bit easier to put in. He does have his coat. Gonna have to dodge the coat. Make sure you don't get caught on there. That's probably close enough. And then the piece de resistance, he's got his boomstick. It's a shotgun, which is kind of gummy, so I'm mostly probably going to leave it in the holster. But I will say he does have a better grip on this than he does the pistols. It's got a skull on the butt on the back there as well. And I find that it goes in better this way. There's a bit of a tighter fit. I did have it, this way for the URL. But I don't believe that's right because there is a massive gap up here. So, maybe it is. I don't know. I don't even know anymore. I feel like that, you could grab it and easily pull it out, maybe. I don't know. I don't know how that works. But the gun holster does slide off if you wanted to take this off. I'm going to leave it on. I think T-Biz had it the other way, but it's sculpted to go this way, I think. I think that's right. The way the strap is. So I believe this is the correct way to have it on there. But let me know if I'm wrong in the comments. Not perfect. But looking at this guy, I'm putting his arms down because he's kind of silly like that. He's got his Witchfinder General hat on. That's pretty cool. Kind of a stovepipe hat. Now, I do remember the old one having a significantly longer hat. It was like twice as long and a little skinnier. I don't mind this, though. Even though it's a little bit more like a snowman. This hat. I like the super long hat, but this is okay, too. I don't mind this. I don't have that old Gunslinger Spawn either. I never found him at any toy shows or anything, and he's like expensive as balls on the secondary market, so that's just not going to happen for a while. But when I do get it, I will probably do a Throwback Thursday on him. But he's got some serious spikage going on. Look at these gauntlets. That's like some crazy black metal shit going on there. And then he's got some Danny Ketch boots. Bonus points for that, because that is my favorite Ghost Rider. He didn't have the spikes on the front here, I don't believe, but he definitely had these spikes like in a ring around the cuff, so definitely giving me some Danny Ketch vibes. And Hasbro, get on that. I need Danny Ketch Ghost Rider to go with my neck of Goliath now. That way Just Modesto can stop giving me shit about not doing that series. Oh, man. That might be something to look forward to. But, yeah, I really dig this guy, man. He's awesome. Possibly my favorite from this line, but again, that ain't saying much because I don't have a lot of these. I really want that Violator. I want a Redeemer, too. Those both look like really nice figures. I'm not too big on the Clown. I never have been, but I do like this guy quite a bit. He's freaking rad. It's literally Cowboy Spawn. Because it looks a little bit more like Spawn than the Redeemer or Mandarin Spawns do. But the articulation on this guy is pretty standard for McFarlane. It's got the double ball peg in the head. Moves all around. Hat's nice and stiff, unlike some hats I've seen on figures. They're kind of soft here. His is it's pliable, so when you put pressure on it, it will kind of warp a bit, but it's not going to sag and droop over time, I don't believe, unless it's like super freaking hot in your toy room. Shoulders go out to the side, back down. They do move forward and back. I don't know if he has that little ball joint in there. It kind of feels like it, but it's super hindered because of his coat. Which I guess if you wanted to, you might be able to take off, but he does have the coat sleeve, so it would look kind of silly. He does also have a bicep cut. His shoulders do move forward and back, if I didn't say that already. As well as a double jointed elbow, which has some loose points in it, but for the most part, it's pretty stiff. And really, you can get most of your range out of that bottom joint. There you go. Or top joint, I mean. And then his wrists are on the kind of ball hinges that we're used to seeing with McFarlane's stuff. And he does have super soft little spiky dads on his knuckles here. But you can hinge these in and out relatively easily. I will say this one popped out on me where the joints connected, so be careful about that. You don't want that to happen because it's kind of tricky to get it back in there. I got it back in there, but it was kind of tricky. I had to be patient and just kind of finesse it back in there. The other side does the same thing. I will say his knucks are pretty soft, so be careful. You don't want to take those off. It feels like his knucks are asymmetrical too. He's got like 3 on this side, and I don't know, he's got like 3 on this side too. Never mind. This spike on mine is like really super soft. Almost like it's mole flashing. That's funny. But does also have the McFarlane diaphragm joint. It does work. You gotta get under here to really utilize it. He does crunch forward pretty well, considering he does have the coat and stuff going on. I think that's mostly in the waist though, and you also do get rotation out of these joints. Right there. It's got that diaper situation going on. His hips kick forward. Not great, but it works. This cowboy, he's not going to be doing crazy splits. Although that kind of sucks. He's supposed to have like a motorcycle. I guess you could utilize this to get him in a sitting position. That still isn't back up. So hashtag don't crank on your twins. But he's supposed to have like some kind of demon chopper. Curious if they'll ever make that, but he is a little tricky to get in a seated position. He can do the splits pretty well though, so that's nice. He does have a thigh cut up in there that is pretty substantial, really. It's not bad. He's got double jointed knees. I said double jointed knees. Oh, kind of tricky to get that second one to pop, but you can do it. You can do it. And then he has the ball hinges at the feet, which, again, the ankles on these seem to be a little bit off. It's a little tricky to stand in. He's got the toe joint, but thankfully it's tight on this guy, so that's not going to pose much of a problem. Yeah, it's pretty tight on the other side, too. They kind of lock into place. So he is relatively easy to stand. He's not super easy to stand, but I can get mine to stand without a stand just fine. But again, those ankles, it's like they're off track or something. Really got to bend his legs back to get those to kind of sink. Yeah, he does not want to. Doesn't want to stand now. I said I could get him to stand. Come on, dude. There you go. So, there he is. He's kind of got one foot in front of the other, but that's okay. Ain't nobody perfect here. Straighten that back out a bit. There is your Gunslinger. A little bit. Really dig this guy, man. He's super cool. Well, with that being said, let's get him centered a bit. There. Let's take a look at some size comparisons. First up here is our Gunslinger Spawn next to a couple other versions of Spawn that we've gotten from McFarlane Toys this past year. Got the Raven Spawn, also part of the Spawn Universe line that I took a look at well over a month ago now. I think I looked at him in August. It's been a while. And then we also have the Mandarin Spawn. This is the Scarlet Edge version. I think it's better of the two $20 versions. There is a $40 version of this guy that's exclusive to GameStop. I don't have that one yet. Might pick it up in the future. We'll see. But as you can see, the Gunslinger's pretty tall, man. He's got some height to him. I'd say he's rivaling Mando Spawn as one of the taller Spawn figures, so take what you will from that. And last but certainly not least, we have our two regulars, the Mythic Legion's Brother Mandibulus and the Mortal Kombat 11 spawn, which is absolutely dwarfed by this guy. I'm kind of surprised by that. I figured they'd be about the same height as to where their heads are sitting, but yeah, that's not the case at all. This guy is literally maybe half a head taller based off where their heads are sitting. So that's pretty crazy, man. I think we need a bigger spawn to go with this line, but we'll see what the future holds, right? With that being said, time to wrap things up. Some final thoughts. Overall, and I don't really know what it is about Cowboys and Spawn, but I'm gonna say it, this guy's just doing something for me, and with that being said, I think I'm gonna say that this is my favorite figure in the Spawn universe line thus far, which, granted, that's not saying a lot, because the only other one I've reviewed on this channel is the Raven Spawn, unless you want to count the Mandarin Spawn, too. That's, I guess you could throw him in there, but yeah, I really like this figure. I think he's cool. Kind of a pain in the butt to stand at times, but isn't everything nowadays? I mean, let's be real here. But yeah. Only downside with this figure, really, is he's a bullshit-ass exclusive that my area just does not seem to have any of. And thankfully, good buddy T-Biz was nice enough to pick this up for me and hook it up for retail price. So shout out to him once again for that. I really appreciate that because, again, can't find this damn thing up here. So there you go. And I will also leave a link to his review of this guy he posted about a week ago now in the description below. So you can check it out at your own leisure. But that being said, if you're at all a fan of the Spawn Universe line and are looking to build up some spawns for your Spawn roster, this is definitely one to check out. I think he's one of the cooler ones. I know some people can take or leave these alternate variations of Spawn, but I think they're really cool. And he's got Ghost Rider boots. I mean, bonus points. Especially since they're like the Dan Ketch ones. That's like double bonus points, because that's my favorite version of Ghost Rider, which, Hasbro, get on that. You need that. I got Goliath. I need the Ghost Rider to go with him now. Shout out to Jess Monesto, too, for giving me crap about that Gargoyles Ghost Rider series and my Goliath review. So, there you go. Well, that being said, hope you guys enjoyed this review. Don't forget to like this video, hit that subscribe button, and the notification bell so you know whenever I upload more reviews like this one. Got to show that algorithm who's boss, right? Also, don't forget to hit me up on Instagram at Overlord Productions and leave a comment in the comment section below. Let me know what you think of this figure, whether you want it, love it, or hate it. I know a lot of people probably want this still. I know a lot of people probably still don't have this because of Target. But as always, keep the comments civil because the world sucks enough as it is. Because, well, again, Target. And until next time, I'll catch you guys later.